So first we're going to create a variable and call it params as parameters, and we will assign an array populated from the first function we've created in the previous video, from the car URL. So we assign this car URL function to this variable, which will automatically create an array. Now we start with the conditions. If is set, and let's copy this variable or array, is set param2, which means if we have two instances in this, three instances actually, in this array, then the get p equals param1 and get s equals param2. Now what's happening here, as you can see, we are overwriting the URL parameters. We are creating them actually. So rather than looking at the URL itself, we're gonna define them here, and this is what they are. So we're passing them, defining them and passing them to the code later on for processing. So that's the first of them. Then we do else if is set param1, then get p equals param1, else get p equals param0. It's all fine, but here in the else statement we will also create another condition to check whether the last parameter actually is index, because obviously we need to assign index.php to the home page. So let's index.html. So let's check if param0 equals index, then get p equals home, else, and this is what's happened if it's not. Now, why am I doing this way? One of the reasons is the param0 will be the first keyword within the URL after the first / after the domain name. And now I want to use some nice keywords which define what I'm doing actually, what the site is about. Now this whole converting dynamic URLs into HTML looking ones, the static ones, is for the purpose of, satisfying search engines to get your site, indexed better and all this stuff about search engine optimization. Now, this is it. I mean, here we've got a chance to put on the first as a 0 param, which is first instance of the array. We're gonna put some kind of keywords, but we won't be processing this. It's going to be just for the display. But obviously, if we've got an index.html, we want index.html be right after the first /. So this is why this condition is here. And obviously, as I'm saying, p parameter will be after the first keyword. So we have a chance to put the first keyword first, then we're gonna put the first parameter, and the second parameter will be as a third keyword in after the domain name. Now, now that we've got all this done, it's time to convert our our links actually. So let's open index.php, and what we're gonna do now is, first of all, I think we're gonna go to the config.php file and we create another variable. We call it C keyword. And what kind of keyword? Depending on the site, obviously, if you've got web design, maybe perhaps you want to have web design keyword. Remember, obviously, don't use any spaces, any hyphens, nothing like that. Just underscores and pure letters. lowercase, obviously best. Now, what we're gonna use for this, for the purpose of this series, we're gonna use web development, let's say. Now that we've got this keyword in place, let's use the / as well, and a / at the beginning. C keyword, we need to obviously pass it to our get content function. So globalize it. Okay, now that we've got it available, we can go to our index.php and start with the PHP echo and echo this keyword. You can obviously change your mind at some point and the keyword might be changed. So that's why it's best to use the variable, have it defined within a config file if you need to change it, rather than going through all of these files. Just go in one place, you change it, and it's sorted out.